actually, let me just introduce, what Phoenix is all about, and how did we start conceptualizing the whole tournament, and what's the idea and the ideology behind doing this tournament. So basically, Phoenix Live, when we've started off the whole company, what we want to do is we actually wanted to change the how things work in a couple of verticals actually. So one of them is sporting events. So we've been seeing sporting events happening for a very long time, but thing is, actually we want to take the whole sporting events to the next level. Let it be tennis, or let it be cricket, or let it be karting, and let it be football. So we basically want to concentrate on these four sports first, and basically change how things are perceived and how the events are organized. Right? If you talk about many of the tournaments, you don't see the same kind of infrastructure being available to the players who come in terms of the rooms, and in terms of the pickup and drop services, in terms of the standard of the courts which we provide the players with. So what we believe is, it's very important that we concentrate on the grassroots levels. So that's the reason we actually started off with the under 14 tournaments actually. Because we believe that if you want to actually make a difference, it has to be done right from the grassroots level. So actually, in line with this vision, we've actually the first tournament we're organizing is the Asian Juniors. So apart from this, we're actually planning to organize other tournaments as well. So the second tournament we already have lined up is the Super Series. The Super Series is going to start in August itself, in the last week of August. So this is basically just the start. So apart from this, we actually want to do other tournaments like ITF Juniors, ITF Men's, and ITF Women. And actually, the vision is to do something like a Davis Cup in around 2016. That's the vision actually. That's what we want to achieve by the end of 2016. So apart from that, we actually want to do actually something which actually fundamentally changes the sport, the way the sport is played in India. So in line with this vision, again, not only doing the tournaments, what we're doing is we're actually talking to this academy called Sanchez Casal. So it's basically a Barcelona-based academy, and they're actually one of the finest academies in the world. So what we're doing is we're actually talking to this academy to make sure that we do a joint venture between Phoenix Live and Sanchez Casal, and the idea is to actually get them down here and actually start an academy, a full-time academy, wherein the players can come and train, get trained, to become international standard players. So thing is, we already started talking to them, and the response from their side have been great. And if things pan out according to our plan, we would like to start off the academy by Feb next year. So if that happens, we'll it will be the first academy in Asia of that stature in terms of the standard, in terms of the technical expertise we'd be having here with us in terms of the academy. So apart from the tennis, we actually plan to do a lot of other events in terms of cricket, tournaments related to the cricket and karting. So in terms of the whole cricket, we've actually it's already 90% of the construction is almost done. So we're actually constructing an international standard cricket ground. It's not a cricket stadium, but international standard cricket ground. So actually, even HCI is actually helping us build the whole facility so that we can actually not only organize tournaments, but open a cricket academy. So we're actually looking at multiple sports, and the whole idea is to actually change the way it's the sport is perceived and played. So that's the reason we actually we're actually looking for venues all around India, and we actually selected Leonia because the kind of infrastructure which is available here is truly international standard. As all of us can see here, it's the only indoor stadium in the country to have the kind of infrastructure which is present. Not only that, actually, we want to make the players who actually play. That's what the tournament is all about. So we actually want to make it very convenient for the players who come in and play. So that's the reason we actually want to do it here. It's not only the facility. It's about the rooms. The rooms are actually attached to the venue, so it becomes a lot more convenient for the players. So in other facilities, how it happens is because the rooms are not available, they'll have to go back to the hotels and all, which are far away from the venue. So it becomes strenuous for the players who come in. So the whole idea was to actually make it as easy and as convenient as possible for the players who come in, to make sure that the tournament is a huge success, because at the end of the day, players make the tournament what it is.